Oh, do y'all have any like habits you recommend though?
For me, recently, I have actually managed to get a pretty good sleep schedule going, and it's a lifesaver. The biggest thing I would recommend, when you make a schedule, really think about whether the stream you're putting down is something you actually want to do. Really, like, the biggest streaming habit that I could possibly recommend is go as many steps as you possibly can to make sure that you are protecting your own happiness. Literally, if you are happy, you will work so much harder and you will make so much better streams if you're energized and if you're having a good time. Shu is really good at just like, you know, you've always gone at like a pace that's really suited you and you've always like been doing so well. For me, it's like 2 streams a day every day for 3 weeks and then I don't stream for a month. You know, and I need to stop that.
I guess one habit I kind of gotten was if I have a day off, that's a day off. Because if you have a day off, but then you still do work anyway, you gave yourself a rest, but you didn't take it. The point of that day off was to rest. But then if you don't rest, you just took a break for nothing.
To be honest, I think one thing that I've been thinking about a lot recently, I've talked to people who work a job that is like a 9 to 5. When they talk about like one of their coworkers who is not doing well, they say, yeah, they're bringing their work home with them, right? And I think, man, think about it. As a streamer, you have no choice. You're bringing your work home with you every single day because there's always something to be doing. You're always thinking about work, and that's like homework over the weekend all the time.
Yeah.
And recently, I've been doing my best to kind of think, right, what I'm going to do is set up my day so that like I work kind of like a 9 to 5, where I will wake up and start working at a certain time, and then by a certain time of day, I'll be like, stop working and actually have a life outside of work. Because for the first year or so, I really didn't let myself have that. You're exposed to so much like heavy competition from all of these incredible hardworking people that it feels like if you don't constantly work and if you're not always thinking about work, it kind of, the imposter syndrome becomes too much to bear. It's just, you're always fighting like these demons make you sort of like, I need to rest, but I also don't want to rest because every second that I'm resting, I feel like I'm kind of not earning this incredible opportunity that I've been given. And then it just kind of keeps going like that. So having time and space away from work to really sink back into what it's like to have a life of your own, to watch the movies you want to watch, play the games you want to play without any thought of I should be working right now. I think that's the main thing for making this work long term, because burnout is such a real problem, I think, for those reasons, you know?
For me, when I want to work, I do it. When I want to think about streaming, I do it.
Yeah, I mean, some people definitely...
When I finish streaming, yeah, like I do think about like what I'm gonna do next time. But like if I don't want to stream the next day, I only want to like stream like 3 times next week. Yeah, I'll just do that, you know, because there's no point to stress about it, I guess. But at the same time, there's that worry always. The fans want to see us more. I think that's the main stressor when it comes to people that do this stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, I think like it's good to like stay, because when I started, I always just wanted to stream every single day. I didn't want to miss a day because, oh yeah, I'll upset so many people. But, you know, like we got to do some stuff as well. Like I have my days off and I still do my work, even though it's supposed to be my day off, because I have no choice. But only for a section of the day, I'll do my work, and then I won't think about it again.
Really decent habit that it took me far too long to pick up, but like I feel like I'm slowly coming to grasp with, simply because of like I know that I should, and it's healthy and necessary, and it's that getting comfortable with knowing what I want to do instead of trying to please everybody. Because like in this space, like there's some things that are really popular that a lot of people want to do, or something that is just kind of like expected of people who like are in the VTuber space and whatnot. And sometimes I'm just like, this is not really me, or like this is not really my kind of thing, or I do want to do this someday, but not now. But if I don't hurry up, like everyone else is doing it, then I'm gonna like stick out. But eventually I just sort of got to the point where I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do the thing that I want, and if that resonates with people, then those people are gonna stick around, and the ones that like it's like, oh, that's not really my cup of tea, they can find somebody that is. So just letting go of the whole I have to please everybody, otherwise I'm a failure, blah blah blah, like sort of letting that go and just focusing on being the best that I know that I'm capable of. I feel like that did a lot for my mindset.
Don't hide what you wanna do.
That's one of the things that you actually have to get out of your system, because, you know, if you're thrown into like a streaming environment without any experience, this is something you just learn over time, you know? Yeah. So it's good that you learn this beforehand or like fast, because it's just gonna wear you out. I've just learned to not care.
Yeah, me
since I
too.
began,
This,
so
Yeah.
this is so
I really
important.
care.
This is so important. Like, I mean, obviously care in a good way, but like in this job where you need to engage with an audience so closely, it is so easy for people's opinions to really start to affect you. For me, when someone says, I really wish he would stream this, I think, right, I have to stream that. Even if when I get around to it, I'm like, man, I don't want to stream that at all. You know, whether it's like the more sexual content I used to do, or if it's like playing a game for 10+ hours or something, it's like, yeah,
Or if
people
it's the witness.
Exactly, you know, there are so many different things where you kind of think, well, I should be doing what other people want me to do because the people who support me, you know, we wouldn't be anywhere without the people who watch us. But it's also true that we do know a little bit about what makes things good. We have decent level of fame where people think about us and form opinions about us and have a really big part of their life is about us, but it's really easy for us to come across like every little thing that people say. It's good to kind of have your finger on the pulse of what your fans are like and what they want, but sometimes it kind of gets to a point where the work isn't yours anymore. It's just, you know, it's theirs. Learning to separate and trust what you think is good is a really big thing about and important for making sure that you have more longevity and you don't get burnt out.
Yeah, I mean,
do what you like.
I'm only gonna say this now. Initially, when I started playing more Valorant, I remember seeing some people being like, yo, why does Shu play so much Valorant? But then, I'm so glad back then, I was just like, yeah, I guess I'll just ignore that and just play more Valorant.
Hey,
Yeah.
And look at me now.
No, yeah.
play your game, King.
Play your game, have your fun. I had a members stream recently where I played RuneScape and I played it for like 5.5 hours and it was like some of the most fun I've had streaming in like months because I just hung out doing what I was having fun doing. I think sometimes that's so important to do, streaming, because who else, you know, what other profession are you performing for a public audience for like 6 hours plus? Like that's really difficult stuff if you think about it.
Just the RuneScape community, you just gotta find your stream.
I've got a